Welcome, everybody, to the most electrifying podcast in EFED industry. I'm here with my special guest, Mr. Impact, representing JTV. So, Mr. Impact, I have a few questions for you today. How do you feel about toxic people within the car industry?
Well, first and foremost, Austin, thank you for having me on the show and for me to be a special guest here today. Hopefully, you can hear me and all your viewers.
Oh, we can most
And
definitely
thanks
hear
for
you,
the
bud.
invite. All right. So, trying to get everybody here, uh, everybody to tune in. But yeah. So, if you don't mind, could you ask me that question one more time?
How do you feel about, let's say, controlling people throughout the car community and how they try to import their own ways of running their e-feds into another e-fed?
I think that they're the kind of individuals that are kind of born and you just never know somebody's life. You have to remember that EFED and professional wrestling call becomes an illusion. There's this illusion that it's professional wrestling and it looks like a real wrestling show because it's virtual and guys have muscles and mustache and beard and long hair and stuff that a lot of us don't really have in real life. You know what I mean? You're tall, you're muscular, you're strong, you're invincible. It looks like a real wrestling company. It looks realistic. And so it's an illusion. And behind that illusion, you have individuals who are timid, scared, mentally ill. They deal with health issues and they have problems like everybody else. They have issues with their parents. You know what I'm saying? The owner that's sitting there running a E-Fed that looks like a real WWE show is actually just some young guy or some kid, who is into strange things and it's abused by his parents and stuff like that. A lot of these things do happen in call. And I just think that a lot of that control factor that comes into call and e-feds and shows and stuff like that is individuals who dealt with issues, possibly mostly, physical, verbal abuse. And they kind of just have this thing now to where it's like, okay, so they're in control of a federation. They have a roster of their own. When it's e-fed and you have a roster that you made, it doesn't hurt anybody because it's characters that you either downloaded or made yourself. But when you have people on your talent roster that are real human beings and you're pushing them around and threatening to fire them, and if you don't do this and you don't do that, your career's over, it becomes a form of control. And they kind of take the wheel for a moment. They kind of want to try to control you. These things happen all the time. And I believe that, and I want to shout out everybody that's watching, but I just think that it comes from their interest in wanting to be the so-called boss. You know what I mean? And they want to take charge with that, and it becomes a problem in EFED. And I think it's always going to be a problem in EFED. You know what I mean?
Well, in my personal opinion, I will say this: I do have some mental disabilities at hand,
Right.
which I am dealing with, and
Right.
also it's a lot of like learning disabilities for when I was in high school and everything
Okay.
myself. But I've been learning how to adapt with it.
Right.
Like you see the calls I make,
Yeah.
I put probably at least 3 to 4 hours into making a specific call. Get the right, give them the right attire, the right move set, the right name, and the right entrance as well.
Right.
But with me personally, I have a lot of mental disabilities going on right now.
Right.
Last year, I lost 3 people I was really close with.
Sorry to hear that. My condolences.
One of them was my mom's old man of 12 years. I was really close to him growing up.
Okay.
It does hurt. I'm not gonna lie,
Right.
but I'm learning to cope with it.
Well, before you continue, because I want to hear what you're saying, this is your show and I'm a guest, but just because you have mental issues and you have issues with your health, it doesn't mean anything bad. That's not your fault. You know, what
No,
I'm talking about is someone having mental issues and then taking advantage of that and abusing it to abuse others. That's a problem. You being that, what happened to you is not your problem. And the fact that you're going through pain, you're going to go through pain, man. You know, when you lose people that you give a shit about. I'm going through the same thing you're going through. I lost some people. You know, I lost my mother. I lost a brother last year around October. So I'm there with you, Austin. You know what I mean? I feel you. But go ahead, man. I don't want to interrupt you. Tell the people how you feel.
well, a lot of things that. Well, I also lost my dad last year, my biological father. He died of a heart attack at 55 years old.
Oof. He was young.
I do not want that to happen to me, honestly. So I'm trying to get into better shape,
Right.
the best possible shape I can be in.
Right.
Like I'm 25, so
Oh, you're still
I
young.
don't I don't want that to happen to me in 30 years.
I mean, it depends. You know, not everybody's the same. You know, you can't entirely put that in your mind, but I mean, keeping healthy, being healthy is the right thing. I'm much older than you. I just hit 38. You know, I'm 2 years shy of the big 40. You know what I mean? And you know, the clock is ticking for me in terms of call as I get older. It's pretty soon I'm gonna have to wrap it up because it's just about time. But at 25 years old, I can remember being 25 and thinking, man, I'm starting to get old. So you're probably thinking the way that I'm thinking, but the reality is that you still got a little bit of time. But starting to get in shape now is good for you to do that. And I suggest you take vitamins and just, you know, try to continue to make yourself healthy like that. When you get up here, you know, you can be just good. I mean,
Mhm.
like same would happen with your father. You just never know. To me, I said that 55 was young when you said that because I believe 55 to be young. I think old for me is like 80, 70, 80 is like old. You know what I mean?
But I will
So
say this: my grandfather, he's almost 70,
he's 70. Okay.
and he has a really nice '66 Cutlass,
Oh, well, there you go.
and that car is beautiful. But there's a couple of things wrong with it that he is trying to fix on it,
Yeah.
which I don't blame him. Honestly, he wants to get ready for the back to the bricks.
Yeah. I get that.
Okay, we do have a question from Kentucky Gamer.
This is CJ Mondo. He owns
Yep.
the
Yep.
EFED TNA, Titan Nation Alliance. I was just on a
Yep.
podcast with him. Yeah.
Okay, he's asking, what do you think about people who make fake accounts of people and try to accuse them of stuff that they didn't do?
I mean, if you ever seen one of my favorite shows, Catfish, a lot of people on there had a lot of issues. I think that people who take the time to do stuff like that become obsessed with different things that I can't really say because I don't know. I don't have the mindset to go into that. There's a lot of sick individuals on the internet, and you have to be careful. And you have to remember in this world of professional wrestling, as opposed to the real one, let's say, for example, you're, you know, somebody like Ethan Page, for example, or some modern wrestler that's on TV, you know, getting paid on WWE or whatever, AEW. You know, you're a celebrity, you're on TV, you get money, you're doing all this other stuff. You're still going to have stalkers, you're still going to have people on the internet, but you don't go to work every day with the danger that somebody, you know, is going to harm you in terms of someone who works with you. In EFED and in CAW, it's a little different. You know, we're on the internet. These guys are in a real wrestling ring. So in the case of that question and in terms of that particular topic, a lot of those individuals are mentally ill and they take their time to try to manipulate you. We go back to that word. And sometimes when they can't get what they want out of you, it becomes a situation in which they start different routines, different things they get into. Some individuals might go as far as to make fake accounts in this case, and because they feel like they could become someone else, you know, so it's like a mental psychological thing in which, you know, it's a lot of mental issues that's going on there. And it's a problem because those type of things can lead to long-term problems for oneself, You know, you could be, it could be used in a court of law in America, you know, so you can incriminate yourself by doing stuff like that, depending on what you do. If you lie about someone, and you know, it's just one of those things where it's like they live out these fantasies by doing stuff like that, you know. And a lot of them, I've seen it in my time in call. You know, I've been in call for a long time, you know, and you know, I've been running in call since the '90s. I'm an Attitude Era guy. You know, I mean, you're 25. This is more like your era, but I'm an older guy. And I really started, you know, doing my thing in call online in 2010. I think we lost our guest. So I guess Kevin Impact has taken over the broadcast once again. But I'm going to continue answering that question while we wait for the admin to return. The admin will return real soon. Austin Hack will be back. I'm not sure if he wants to be called that on here, but I mean, you know, that's who invited me. And so I think that, you know, you got a lot of mentally ill people who would just take that route, you know what I mean? And that's just how it goes.
Sorry about that. I had to restart my laptop.
That's fine. We're here. We're live. And I just want to say this is one good thing I like about this platform, that even if the host gets knocked out, you can come right back. And I think
exactly.
That's amazing.
That's one thing I like about it.
It's pretty dope, man. It's pretty dope. I dig it.
And
oh, before we continue, I want to add more to that question. You know, a lot of these people also do shit like that to try to tear you down. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's an unfortunate thing. But I mean, you got to think about that. If someone hates you enough on the internet and call to take the time to make fake accounts to try to sabotage you and ruin you and troll you and manipulate you and stuff like that, you got to think about that. There's something mentally not okay there. And that's what I want to say.
Mm-hmm. But then a lot of people also try to control the company that they're in with their own ideas as well.
Of course. It's always going to be that way. I mean, we see it in real life.
I'm going to put this out there right now. For example, Ricky, tried to put his ideas into my EFED.
Ah, okay.
Because he was trying to like blacklist Ryan Storm from my show and CJ show. Because they had a disagreement.
Right.
That's how I'm gonna put it. They had a disagreement. But
I'm gonna defend CJ real quick, and I wouldn't say it's a disagreement. I would just say more that Ricky Armstrong is ignorant. You know what I mean?
I can agree with that.
I'm a part of it, so I can talk about it in detail because I know what's going on. I don't know everything that's going on, but I can only tell you what I know. I'm not going to make something up that Ricky didn't say or do. I can only tell you what I know and what I've seen for myself. Okay, part of what went on with this, and I've said on the air twice now from the 2 podcasts I've been on that I'm trying to not even talk about it anymore, but I'll talk about it just because it's my first time on this channel. And you know, I hope to have a good relationship, and I'll be back whenever you need me to talk about whatever. But the thing is that
come back whenever you want.
Yes, sir. And the thing with Ricky is that Ricky's just ignorant and he's biased and he's enabling is what's happening. Ricky has a relationship with somebody by the name of Ray who runs an EFED car promotion, who is a great talent and a great mind in professional wrestling, just like Ricky. Both of those guys have contributed to call in positive ways and in negative ways. In negative ways in the sense that the thing is, Ray is someone who used to work with me in my JTV wrestling. And part of the reason we decided to cut ties with him is because of the fact that he decided to associate himself once again with someone who is an enabler for pedophiles in call. Someone who openly, this is not alleged. I mean, it is alleged, but I mean, they admitted to it. So if you admit to it, it's not really alleged. Someone openly admitted that they made a mistake about that. And there's another individual by the name of Trey Jeter who came out the woodworks and supported them publicly, which is not okay because you shouldn't enable pedophiles. Should pedophiles get the opportunity to slowly work on themselves, better their mind, get help, see doctors, see a physician, see a therapist, stuff like that? Absolutely. but it doesn't mean you enable them and you automatically forgive them and cover them up, because all that does in the end is it doesn't fix the problem. They continue doing it. Why? Because that sends the message, hey, I did this and I'm forgiven. So I could pretty much do it because I'll be forgiven a million times. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't fix the problem. So
I can say something on that real quick.
Yeah.
I know somebody who has done it, and he's actually going to doctors, seeing what he can do to fix himself.
Yeah.
And whatnot. But at the same time, I told him, people may not forgive you right away.
Right.
It's going to take time.
It takes time. It takes
as
time.
long as you put the work into trying to fix what you did wrong, eventually, maybe further down the line, maybe 4 or 5 years from now, you'll be forgiven.
Right.
And that's exactly what I told him.
Yeah. And I think it depends on the person, because I think it's safe to assume that if you're not a fan, it's safe to assume that at least you've seen at some point in time the show Drake and Josh, which is a very famous show.
I like the show. I love the show, actually.
Right. Love the show. I still love the show. You know what I'm saying? My heart shattered to pieces when it came out, that Drake Bell was on that pedophile stuff. You know what I mean? And yeah, it just hurt me. It hurt me a lot. It hurt a lot of his fans. And then fast forward, Josh didn't want to be associated with him, which I respected him for that. But
I respect that a lot.
Absolutely. But I would say maybe about a year ago, some months back, they surfaced hanging out again. So Josh is going through kind of like what you're going through with your bud, that he kind of pushed them away. And then fast forward, it's like, look, I don't like you. I don't like what you did, but I'm slowly going to try to work with you step by step, even though you made this mistake. You know what I mean? I don't agree with it, my own personal opinion, but that's my own opinion. You know what I mean?
I personally don't agree with it either.
Right.
But then that's our opinion.
Right. Yeah. And I don't like it. I don't agree with it. I don't think it's the right thing. But we have to take time to understand that there's different levels to how it goes. If it's a pedophile you don't know, of course you want to throw them under the bus. But if it's someone that you know, like most of your life, you're going to be
Let's say,
you know what I mean?
You've known them since you were like 10 years old.
Right. You're gonna be leaning towards that a little bit. And we have to remember these two kind of grew up together on Drake and Josh show. You know what I mean? So it makes it makes it a little different, to where it's like, we kind of don't like Josh doing that, but you have to understand also he's trying to be supportive through him, because Drake Bell was also abused when he was a kid as well. We have to keep that in mind. A lot of these people, they carry out that abuse and it continues. You know what I'm saying? So to be specific, because I want things to be specific, I'm not going to name the pedophile on here. You know what I'm saying? Not out of respect. I'm just choosing not to name drop that person. But the person who was enabling him goes by the name of Trey Jeter. And the individual that was kind of supporting them by knowing about this, from what I found out, was a guy by the name of Craig Mack, who runs also an EFED as well. So these two guys kind of work hand in hand, knowing what was going on. You know what I mean? And it got confirmed to me because myself, a friend of mine, and another individual who was involved with Craig Mack, who, out of respect for him telling us what's going on, I'm not going to also put him out there, but this person made it well understood to us that this Craig Mack guy was afraid of me coming out and speaking about this. So he knew about it. Okay. So going to Ricky, how does that bring Ricky into the loop? It brings Ricky into the loop because me, CJ Mondo, Devin Chaotic, a bunch of us have talked about this stuff in the chats that we're in. And Ricky Armstrong chooses to be biased about it. He chooses to ignore it because he's affiliated with Ray. Ray, from his Fed, Ray Everett, or whatever he calls himself, decided to work back with Craig Mack, and that's the reason why I got rid of him from JTV, because I said this is not going to work. He chose to go back to this guy after being toxic, and that's why we won't ever work together ever again. You know what I mean? So Ricky wants to work with Ray, knowing what's going on. which doesn't make him a good person. This puts him right in there. And I was listening to something a podcast or something he put out. I don't know when. They got about 20 views, which had me laughing. And I real
I actually looked at that.
Oh, you did?
Podcast, and I was like, damn, my podcast views I get more podcast views than Ricky does.
This is probably going to get more views than that, but
a hell of a lot more.
So the thing about it is that I'm listening to what he's saying, and the reason I'm saying this is because you asked me, and I'm not going to make it my mission to continue to destroy Ricky verbally, because I saw how he couldn't get words out, and I feel like a bully. So I'm not going to attack him like that, but I'm going to tell the truth about what's happening. I'm not going to lie about shit. I'm going to talk about it, Ricky. So I didn't hear everything Ricky said. I was told Ricky mentioned me. All I heard was Kevin. So I have to hear everything else he talked about, but he was stuttering over his words. So it's very clear that Ricky's not there in the head. So I can understand it, but it doesn't make it okay that Ricky is enabling this Ray guy and enabling this pedophile problem that's going on in Call. So me and CJ spoke out about it, among other people. Ricky didn't like that. And it became a weird situation because Ricky had formed this brotherhood with us in which we were here to try to make Call cleaner and better and safer for everybody. Meanwhile,
if I can ask.
Hold on, before you ask, let me just finish this. So to me, it blows my mind because I'm like, okay, if you're Ricky Armstrong, think about this for a moment. So you sit there and go, okay, so I'm going to leave Kevin Impact and CJ Mondo and all my brothers who are warning me about dangers of these people. I'm going to leave that chat because I don't want to feel controlled or anything like that. But I'm going to side with Ray, who's a pedophile enabler. Where the hell does that make sense? I'm wondering. So I'll stop now, pass the mic to you so you can say what you want to say and ask me what you want to ask me. Or maybe you want to reply to that. Go ahead.
So what Ricky, because Ricky, like you said, Ricky had formed the brotherhood with me, you, CJ, DJ, and everybody else.
Right.
Correct. But then he tried to make, okay, you still got the screenshots I sent you the other day, right?
I'm not going to put nothing out there out of respect for you. But I have everything we've talked about. Yes.
So in my EFED chat on Messenger, he put in a new partnership that specifically said if you're partnered with either ONW and like 3 other companies, that you would be tossed out.
Does that feel controlling to you?
Yes, it actually does. that is very controlling.
That's very controlling, isn't it?
Yes. And because my Austin Danger Call is over in the developmental brand for ONW, which is FEW.
Right.
My call is over there. I have one call over there as of right now.
All right.
But then again, to me, it was like, why would you put this in my chat? Why didn't you come and talk to me about it?
Right.
Like, I may be an EFED owner, but Ricky is as well. He should have came and talked to me about it first before putting it in my chat.
Absolutely. And if he had an issue with me, he could have talked to me as well.
Exactly.
He could have talked to both of us, but it's just how he does business.
To me, it was kind of wrong of him to do that.
Absolutely. It is wrong.
And that, I didn't see that until, 10 days later? Right. In the AAW locker room chat that he put that in.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, I was pissed.
Okay.
I was beyond pissed. Like, why would you put a partnership agreement in another EFED owner's chat and expect them not to fire you and strip you of your title?
Right.
Then, in the end, banned you from any related shows related to that company.
Right.
Then again, myself, I had a big issue with that.
Same here.
That was the biggest issue I had with Ricky. Because of that specific reason. Because he decided to put a partnership agreement in my chat, then expected me to look over the fact that he did that. But it irritated me.
Yeah, but it's just interesting because it's like I said, we had built a relationship with Ricky. I didn't know Ricky all that well. I only know Ricky for many, many years because he had been in the EFED community. So I'd known about him for many, many years. I just never thought me and him would ever have any contact, work together, talk, nothing. I never thought it would happen. So when the time came to actually get to know the guy and meet him, I didn't know he was actually in JTV. I didn't know that because JTV is so big now that it's like sometimes I don't get to meet everybody. So
I get what you're saying. I
yeah,
don't get to really get to meet everybody myself either, since my company's starting to grow now.
there you go. You know what I mean? So I didn't know the guy like that, but I started getting along with him because he started telling me things that I didn't know he knew, like people that he knew that I knew, and I didn't know that. I'm like, oh shit, I knew you knew this person, so we kind of started bonding a bit. And then this whole thing with Ray comes up, Ray Everett, and it's like, okay, so you know, we've warned you. He's known we've had issues with Ray, how toxic Ray can be, and that Ray was kind of enabling the pedophile thing. So why would you not even entertain that? It seemed to me, I'm assuming, it seemed to me like he didn't even entertain the idea. He just went automatically, oh no, like he felt controlled, like we're controlling him from not working with Ray and whatnot. It's not that we were controlling you. Nobody said you can't do this, you can't do that. We simply try to point out the dangers, and you made it a big issue for no reason. When what you should have did is you should have been a man, you should have been an adult, and you should have went, hey, can we have a meeting, guys? I would like to know more about this. Can you tell me more? That's what I would have did. I would have called a meeting, like, can you guys tell me more? I would like to have conversation about this, instead of just assuming and going, oh, I don't want to feel controlled. I'm going to go and leave this chat, but I'm going to still affiliate with the pedophile enabler. Come on. It doesn't make any sense.
If I may, real quick.
Yeah.
With some EFEDs, you have to have regulations and requirements to get into the EFED anyways.
Right. That's true.
But me personally, I don't really have much regulations. The one thing is, don't post anything that's not call related in my chat is one. Do not disrespect people in the chat is another one.
Right.
Then just make sure you're not being a bully as well.
Right. And all those things is fine. That's the right way to go. And you could set rules if it's your promotion. You could do that. It doesn't make you manipulative. It doesn't make you controlling. But when we have a situation where you're like favoring people who enable pedophiles, it's a little different. That shit is dangerous. You see what I'm saying? It's a little different. It's way different than, oh, in this EFED, you can't use Dropkick 15, or you can't wear this mask on this EFED because this person's wearing it, or you can't have this name because we already have someone who's using it, than someone who could be harming children, talking to them sexually online or whatever. Exactly. It's not cool, and it's not okay, and it shouldn't be okay for anyone. I don't care who your friend is, how long you know them. It doesn't matter who my friend is, from CJ to anybody in the comments, to you, to whomever. If you're doing the pedophile shit and I find out about it, it's an automatic ban for life. I don't want to be your friend anymore. Have I caught pedophiles in JTV in the past? Absolutely. We caught one. He got kicked the hell out once I found out. I got personal information sent to me, all this other stuff, and it was done. And I'm not going to talk to this individual again, nor will they be a part of our promotion ever again. Trey Jeter is another guy who is in favor of a lot of this stuff. He will not be involved with us ever again because of it. I'm not saying he is a pedophile, but I mean, when you are enabling these people and supporting them, it's safe to assume that you kind of into that shit yourself. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't mess with that. And I can put his name up and up there. Craig Mack, Ricky Armstrong, Ray Everett,
What about Aaron O'Connor?
I heard about Aaron. I don't know Aaron that well. I had heard I talked to Aaron some years ago. I told him who I was. I thought something was going to happen. We was going to work together, and nothing happened. I don't know if he deleted his account. Maybe he got in trouble for doing shit he shouldn't be doing. And next thing I saw recently, I guess he got kicked out from different chats. Don't know the guy enough to tell you. So I don't know.
I don't personally know him either.
Okay.
I've been told that he was talking to a underage person.
I've heard about that.
That's all I'm gonna say. He was talking to an underage person.
Right.
The person's 15 years old.
Okay.
And that right there, that's to me, that's a huge red flag.
Yeah, man, it's not okay. It's not a good thing. I've said this many times in different channels and in different podcasts of mine and others, and I'm going to say it on here for the first time that, you know, if you're dealing with this type of stuff, or you know someone in call that's dealing with this type of stuff, you have to speak out about it. And and if you yourself are doing it, you need to get out of call. You know, it's not about the video game anymore. You need to get out of it. You need to seek help. You need to get professional help.
Personally need to go and get yourself evaluated by a psychic or something.
Absolutely. You got to stop putting people in danger, man. You can't be doing it. It's not okay. It doesn't matter what your sexual lust, you know, how much fun are you having, or what goosebumps it makes you feel. It's not okay. At the end of the day, you know it's not okay. So why would you pursue it? You know it's not going to end well for you.
Just,
you know?
My question is, why would you continue to do it?
We can't answer that question because we don't know. You would have to be that person to know. I don't know the answer to that. Besides lusting and getting off on it, I don't know what other reason is there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? You got to get some help. You got to stop doing it. And we have a lot of that problem going on in EFED and in call. It's happening.
Oh, Mark did say something though.
All right, Mark Bennett.
He did say he was in O'Connor's EFED a few years back.
All right.
So, Mark, if you are still in contact with this said person, I would say cut immediate contact off with him.
I agree.
And if you are if you are still in contact with Ricky Armstrong, I would highly advise, in all communications with Ricky Armstrong as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, if he's enabling them, I mean, he's a danger. You know,
especially if he's partnering with Ray Everett.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Big time.
Definitely.
Big time.
And I was told Trey Jeter's in his backyard now too. So Ricky's all for it. Yeah, Ricky's all for it. I got a message early. I'm not going to put that person's out there. We're going to have to call it alleged because I can't prove it to all the viewers. You know, we're going to call it alleged. But I am informing you guys, allegedly, Trey Jeter is in Ricky Armstrong's camp, and that is fucking dangerous. It's not a good thing. You know
not the best thing to have in your EFED company, especially with pedophile enablers.
Yes, it's not a good thing. It's very dangerous.
I have actually cut all contact with Ray Everett and Ricky as of now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I won't be involved with them again. You know what I mean? There's no way of fixing it.
I don't blame you, bud. I do not blame you.
But my hope is that they're going to get help and they can get out of call. You know, it's time to expose them. These guys, if you're asking me directly, I think if you're going to be doing stuff like that, you should be in jail or in a mental institution, straight up, or unalive. I'm not saying I'm going to do any of those things, bring any of those things to those individuals. I'm just saying that's what it should be. Pedophiles don't deserve to live. That's it.
Personally, I agree with that. But then again, a lot of people try to still continue to enable it even through call. But guess what? That person could be doing something else behind the scenes as well.
Yeah, I mean, when someone is enabling it, you have to consider it a red flag. You have to consider that person is open to those type of things. You know what I mean?
Consider it as a massive red flag, if you must.
Absolutely. One of the guys that recently lifted a red flag for us recently, who decided to get involved with Ray again, is a wrestler by the name of Nick Khan. And I'm closing. You know Nick?
So yes, I actually talked to Nick on
Okay.
PlayStation the other day.
Yeah.
I told him, hey, I can't have you in the company if you're going to be associated with a no pedophile enabler.
Yeah. I mean, I was friends with Nick. I don't hate Nick. I wanted what was best for Nick. I tried to work with Nick, but Nick, I don't think Nick is like into that type of shit. But the thing is, Nick is interested in going back with Ray, knowing that Ray enables people like this. So that doesn't make him any better. And the reason why it's not good is because it would suggest that Nick could be into that type of stuff. And I'm not saying he is, but you know, it doesn't look good.
He could be, but he also couldn't be.
He could, or he could not be. I could say that there has been interesting things that have been brought up in the past of strange things he's done. You know what I mean? And with roadblocks and other stuff, but I don't know for sure. It's all alleged. You know what I mean? I don't think so. But I don't think that he's a good person for deciding to be involved with Ray again or wanting to be. You know what I mean? So we have to be careful with these type of people, whether you're into it or not. If you know what's going on and you want to be involved with these people, it's not a good thing. I'll put myself over the fire for a moment. It's, for example, me. I could have ignored it. I could have just kept my mouth quiet, and I could have said, hey, I'll work with Ricky and Ray and all these guys, and it'll be more subscribers for me and more views and more support. You know what I'm saying? But I don't work that way. I have confidence in myself to be able to rise above with my ability and my team and not have to do it by kissing anybody's ass, first of all, and second, enabling pedophiles and all this other shit or pedophile enablers. Come on,
with
man.
That I can agree with. I ain't gonna kiss nobody's fucking ass just
there
to
you go.
earn a fucking title shot. I'm gonna earn a title shot my own damn way.
Hell yeah.
And I will say this for TNA, I am the #1 contender for the international title.
Oh, hell yeah, man. I love it. Hell yeah.
But I'm also trying to run my EFED as well.
Yeah.
With the people I have cause for.
Right.
And then, well, my last episode, we recently had 2 new champions. Both gauntlet matches. Well, actually, no, one gauntlet match won a over-the-top battle royale. The person who won the gauntlet match was Maverick.
Oh, you got Maverick over there? Maverick's my boy.
Oh, yeah. And AEW, we got Maverick. We got you. We got everybody. But I will say this on this podcast right now. Maverick, if you are listening, congratulations on becoming the AEW World Television Champion.
Yeah.
In our recent last episode.
I want to send a quick shout out to some of my people in the comments. I got Shendon, JTV World Heavyweight Champion. I got Amber Rocks in the comments. You know, shout out to all of them stopping by, showing love. Make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe. I see you already got 2 subscribers, I think, in the time we've been on the air. So congratulations to you.
Well, dang.
That's how you do it. I ain't even
paying attention.
That's how you do it, brother. You know what I mean? You're doing your thing, you know?
Hey, we all do our thing.
Yeah, but I mean, this is about you right now. I know I'm your guest, but this is your moment. And, you know, good things come to those who are trying to do well. And I want to take this time to take over your show to give you a shout out because you're doing the right thing by going up against the Ricky stuff. You're doing the right thing. So you should be proud of yourself for doing that.
Oh, I sure am.
I didn't know what to expect. I expect that there's going to be people that are going to enable Ricky and go, oh, no, I'm on Ricky's side because he's my friend and he didn't do nothing to me. We don't need people like that on this planet. You know, when you know something.
I'm sorry, but
you know what I mean?
People like that, they need to go.
Absolutely.
Hey, I will say this. I will say this once. If you were somebody who enables pedophiles, walk out the fucking door and don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Absolutely. Don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out, you pile of shit. Fuck off. Rat motherfucker. Huh?
But then I'm gonna also shout out CJ Mondo as well.
Hell yeah.
He actually just became the first time ever the AAW Universal Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, congrats.
First time ever. He went up against 7 other people in a over-the-top battle royale to become the new champion.
Yeah.
And actually, that was in the main event of Friday night. Maverick was like the 5th match.
All right. You got to get Maverick on here sometime.
Almost definitely.
Yeah, we got to get some of these people in the comments. Even Draskell pulled up, former JTV World Champion, the super athlete Draskell. There he is. Granny lad. Go fuck yourself, Draskell. You know. This fucking guy. But yeah, man. So you're running AAW.
Yes.
And what does AAW stand for? Because I'm new.
All Action Wrestling.
All right.
So we do like Extreme Rules. We do table matches, Hell in a Cell, steel cage matches. Pretty much any match that you think of, we do it.
Are you currently already on 26 or 25?
I actually run my show for 26 off of my Xbox Series S right now.
Oh, you're on the Xbox.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So I stream it to Twitch, and then with the laptop, I download it and post it on YouTube.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
So I do both as of right now. Stream it on Twitch. Then once it's done, like going through all the matches and everything, I download the video to my laptop, then go to YouTube and upload it.
So since you get a new fan base here visiting you today, that's the reason I'm asking you about it, because it makes sense. So if they were to find you on YouTube or look you up, it would be All Action Wrestling.
For my YouTube channel, it's official AAW.
Okay. So that's what you guys will have to type in to find them. Official AAW. Is that together?
Actually, there's a space between the L and the A.
There's a space, but it still comes up because I just found it.
Yes.
I'm JTV just subscribed to it right now. So you got another subscriber, my friend. Congrats.
Hey, let's go.
I see Colin Klein was on there. He's on a thumbnail.
Yep.
You know. Okay, so when you do the show, man, you guys
actually we have our very first pay-per-view coming up pretty soon.
Okay, and when you do the shows, do you do them live or do you pre-tape?
I pre-tape them on Twitch.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I download the video, then put them up on YouTube.
All right. That's interesting.
That's how I do it as of right now.
Yeah. I'm considering because we pre-tape and then we present it live on YouTube, if that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and then something we're considering is maybe airing them live on Twitch, because we do have a Twitch. But you know, I think
I air them live on Twitch.
I think it's interesting the way you do it.
I just air it the day before the actual show comes out on Twitch.
Yeah.
Go back in, download the video, then premiere it the day of the show on YouTube.
All right. Well, I'm gonna put your channel, your wrestling channel, and the JTV Chill chat on our Facebook page in case anybody wants to subscribe. Okay.
Hey, that's fair. That's honestly fair.
Do that. Do that. I know. I don't know if he's gonna tune in for sure, but our fellow call wrestler James Black, who I follow, never worked with the guy, but I do like his videos and stuff like that, said he was going to tune into today's show, which was a shocker to me because I always show love. I always show love to him. I've never seen him, you know, direct anything back at me. So for him to say he was going to tune in was amazing to me. So he's probably going to, if he's not watching live, he's definitely will check it out.
Oh,
later.
It says we got 6 viewers right now. He probably one of them.
Man, 6 people watching live.
That's crazy. That is honestly crazy. This is the most people I've had since probably a couple months ago.
It's hard, man. It's hard to grind and call.
Oh, most definitely. Most
definitely.
Hard. But I will say this. I first created my show back on 19.
Okay, 2K19. It's a good game. A lot of people look at that as a last goal.
I will say it was a really good game. The funny thing is though, I still haven't downloaded it on my PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
So I got 19. I also got 25 downloaded on the PlayStation as well.
Okay. I go on 9.
I'm still stuck on my PS4 as of right now. I don't have a 5 yet, so.
Yeah, I mean it's getting crazy with consoles too. You know what I mean? I had a screenshot sent to me early on that I guess they're trying to gear up to drop
GTA 6.
Yeah, that's coming for sure in November, but they're getting ready to drop the PS6 in 2027.
Oh wow!
You know, and I'm like, you know, you could wait 3 years. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not a big deal. But when they do business, I mean, that's just how it goes. They get real desperate. I mean, to be fair, the PS5 has been out for a while, but to also be fair, there's a lot of people that haven't even been able to buy the PS5 yet because it's been so damn expensive. You know what I mean?
And like, well, I live like 5 minutes down from a Walmart. I could go and buy one if I really wanted to, but $500 for a system.
Yeah. $400 or $500, man, for a system. I mean, these days it ain't too easy. You know what I mean? You need them $400 or $500.
Exactly,
you know?
Especially for rent, groceries, utility bills, phone bill.
I mean, back in the
bills
day,
in general,
$400 or $500 back in the day was rent money. Now, it doesn't even cover half of the rent.
No,
in America. You know, you try to offer $400 or $500 to a landlord now, and they'll laugh in your face.
Exactly. And like most people will say, you can pay the next time you get paid. Motherfucker, what? you trying to tell me I can pay my rent in the next 2 weeks?
It ain't always that easy when you got expenses. You got family, you got pets, you got a bunch of shit you got to pay, you know?
Rent, cable bill, internet bill.
Yeah.
Phone bill.
Yep. And if you live in a house and you know, you have appliances and all kinds of stuff, I mean, you got to pay electricity, you know, you got to pay a bunch of
electricity, water.
Oh yeah.
Let's say you paying on the your appliances too.
Oh yeah.
But like that's gonna be more money out of your pocket.
Yeah.
And on top of rent.
And depending on how far it runs, you know what I'm saying? Because you use your PlayStation or your Xbox and that bill gets a little higher. You know what I mean? You use your fan because it's summertime and it's hot. That bill goes a little higher.
It's going to be higher than usual during the summertime.
Yes, sir.
But the one thing you really got to watch out for is during the wintertime, though.
Yeah.
The heater. The furnace heating up the house, though.
Yeah.
Your bill is going to be even higher during the winter.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
That's just how I see it.
Yep. And I'll leave it at that so that we could stay on the topic of the title of the video.
Right. But I had another person who in the call community didn't want to get along with somebody who he does not like.
Okay.
He has said something to him personally.
Right.
About taking a piss on his mother's grave or something.
I've heard something about that.
But then again, he has done shit personally to me, call-wise.
Yeah.
To where I got thrown out of ONW.
Oh, okay.
I've been thrown out of ONW probably at least 5 times.
Any particular reason they did that to you?
Because they were talking to people that they were not supposed to back in 24. Then I got kicked out of ONW back in 24.
Gotcha.
Then I had left ONW in 23 because I had went over to C2CW.
Okay, I've heard about them.
Then again, I didn't like the way I was getting treated. How you had to be active in the live chat just to get title shots.
Oh, okay.
To me, that was kind of stupid.
What did they want you to do? Talk or what?
Like just message in the live chat just to freaking be in a match, basically. And I was like, how does that make sense?
It was EFED though, right?
Yeah, it was an EFED. It was an EFED.
I mean, so it's not PvP.
No.
I mean, if it's EFED, I mean, you kind of got to cut them a break too and think.
Yeah, I can understand that
to a certain extent. But I mean, if you're not doing anything, if you're not bothering anyone, I think they should have at least talked to you before kicking you out. At least, you know, like, hey, we need you to get active or something, not just kick you out. Like, oh, he's not active in the chat. You know, he's not entertaining us in the chat. Let's get rid of him. That kind of doesn't make sense. I will say
this: I was their Galaxy champion back in 23.
Yeah.
And I had something come up that I was dealing with. I told him that I need some time to clear myself up, clear my head, basically.
Yeah. I get that.
Get myself in the right mind.
Right.
Then I came back, let's say a month or two later, I was no longer in their chat.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool at all right there.
I gave them notice before I even went AFK.
Right.
And I'm like, how y'all going to kick me out when I told y'all I'm going to be gone for a little while? Like at least 2 or 3 months.
Right.
So I came back 2.5 months later and y'all just decided to strip me of my title and give it to somebody else.
Right.
Honest, do you think that makes any sense though?
I think that I can understand the first thing I told you about, but in terms of you giving a notice, I have men and women that tell me all the time in JTV, hey, stuff is going on. I need to take time away. And I'll tell them, sure, take as long as you need. And it wouldn't be an issue. Sometimes, even if they need a year or two, Austin, a year or two, that's a long time. I'll oblige to it and I'll be okay with it because at the end of the day, it's not a job. We're not getting paid. This is about the game. This is about, you know, also being very supporting. If I'm going to have you guys, my wrestlers, support me and build my channel, of course I have to be open-minded when you guys need your break. You know what I mean? Even if we need a promo, if you just talk to me, hey, I don't want to do it. I'm not in the right mindset. I got stuff going on. If you talk to me, I can work with you. But when you don't talk to me, there's an issue. In this case,
there's going to be a big issue.
Right. In this case, you let it be known that, listen, I just need time. It's like not fair. It's like not fair.
Before I had took the time off.
Right. It's not fair that you should have been stripped out the title. It's not right that you should have been kicked out. Having given notice, that means that they just didn't give a shit. It looks bad on them. So no.
Honestly, it looks back on C2C anyways.
Right. I've never worked with them. I only know about them. I don't know if they have any issues with me because I've heard. You got to understand when we're in call like this, you kind of become kind of like famous, like a public figure. So there's people that know me or know of me and talk of me, and I never even met them. They'll say bad things about me, and I don't even know who they are. You know,
wow,
they'll say Kevin Impact.
That's kind of crazy.
It is crazy. Oh, Kevin Impact is controlling, or he's this, he's that. But I never met you. How do you know?
We've never worked. This man is controlling. How do you know this man is not understanding?
I mean, I'm not here with you going, I'm perfect and I'm a saint and I do all the right things in call. I'm not saying that. You know, I make mistakes and I've done my fuck shit in the past. Mistakes too. I'm not gonna lie. Man, I'll tell you about the bullshit I've done. I have no problem with that. But in terms of doing business, I always do business the right way. That's why it's so hard that when people say he did this and that, okay, where's the evidence?
Where's your proof?
Well, the thing is, because Chad told me, okay, but does Chad has evidence? But the thing is, Chad said, okay, but this is all you keep saying it. But the people that you talk to, and when you question and push it and investigate, you realize it was bullshit the whole time, and it was not true. It was just instigated.
I will say that even if someone tells you something, you should do a personal investigation, like go and watch like the JTV videos, like I have done. I've watched y'all videos.
Thank you, sir.
And you, sir, are not controlling. You're mostly understanding. You do business the right way.
I try, and I appreciate you saying that. I try to do what I can. You know, sometimes I'm going to make decisions just like you or any EFED owner, any pro wrestling owner, in which not everybody's going to agree. That's it. That's just how it goes. But I'm always going to
run business.
Exactly. Business. I'm always going to do business the way I feel I have to do it. If something is incorrect, it's incorrect. I didn't want to finish my friendship with Nick Kaiken. Nick Kaiken forced me to end my friendship with Nick Kaiken. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. I loved him. I loved him, and I'm going to miss him. We played a lot of Call of Duty together, you know, Black Ops 6, lobbies and stuff like that with Shendon and all them, Amber, all the people in the comments. But he doesn't give a shit about that. His ego and his personal interest on what he wants to gain and call, it surpasses the boundaries of what a boundary is. You know what I mean? So if a Nick Kaiken is willing to go back to Ray because he's so desperate, because he loves what Ray's doing with the show so badly, that means that if he saw Ray doing something to a 3-year-old baby sexually, he would probably look the other way. You know what I mean?
No. I'm sorry, but that's a no-go for me. I'd probably knock Ray out.
And probably would Ricky. Ricky would probably do the same thing just because they're friends and they didn't do anything to them. Like, come on, that's ridiculous, man. And I'll leave it at that because, like I said, I don't want to attack them. I'm just giving examples. So I'll stop. Okay, guys? I'll stop right there. Whatever the host, Austin is the host. Whatever he wants to ask me, I'll answer. Whatever questions y'all have in the comments, we'll answer. If you want me to answer that question about GTA, I will. That's up to you. So Mike is back in your hands. Yeah.
My question is, how do you feel about Aaron Rage?
Aaron Rage?
Yes.
I've heard the name. I don't know much about Aaron Rage. You will have to tell me.
Let's see. He was in TNA for a little while.
Okay.
The guy that just got fired by CJ from TNA.
Okay. Is it the same as Aaron O'Connor? Is that the same guy?
No. Totally different person.
Okay, got you. Do you know why? Do you know what happened? Do you know about him?
Last I knew, he said he wasn't gonna. He said fuck Feck and fuck everybody.
I mean, Feck was on here, man. I saw Feck in the comments watching.
I did too. I bet he's still watching though.
He's probably still watching. Yes.
It says we got 9 people watching.
So. 9 people watching, and you got 20 subscribers now. Congrats. You're about to go viral, bud. Good shit. Good shit.
Hey, this is the first podcast I've ever had you on.
Yes, it is.
And there will be more like this too.
I'll be back. Absolutely.
No lie, there will be more like this.
Yes, sir.
Going forward.
I believe you. So what about that guy? What happened with that guy, Aaron?
He decided he wasn't going to be friends with me, CJ, Mr. Chaotic.
Yeah.
And now he's running back and forth between Ryan Storm and Alex King, saying, I don't know what he's been saying lately. I honestly think he's been talking behind our backs, honestly.
Do you know if he's in PWA?
I do not know.
Okay.
Because I am in the PWA chat.
Okay.
I haven't seen Mr. Rage in that chat.
Right.
But he also went by the name of Colt James.
Okay, that also rings a bell. Yeah, I remember Colt James. Yeah. Okay. I still don't know enough about him. I'm not gonna come on here and lie. You know, I can only tell you what I know. Don't know nothing about the guy. So if that's pretty much about it, I mean, we can move to the next
Pretty much
question.
about it.
Yeah.
But anyways, what do you think the main problems in the COD community are, personally?
I mean, we've talked about them. You know, I mean, the pedophile stuff and enabling the pedophile stuff is two of those issues. We also talked in the show, the same episode, about how you have certain car owners that are very manipulative and controlling in the case. You know, some individuals, you know, you yourself had said that, you know, Ricky was in the chat with you guys, Ricky Armstrong, AHW, who was, you know, telling you guys you got to do this and that. And that seems to be very controlling. So there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of controlling going on in call, and people need to remember that this is not a job. And I mean, we have to be supportive.
It's just for fun.
Right. We have to be supportive of our brand. I will defend the call owners, and I will say you have to be supportive of your brand. If you're in PWA or whatever show you're on, you should be supportive. If they have a live show, a Twitch show, whatever they do, you should be hitting that like button. You should be commenting. You should be sharing that everywhere if you're on that roster. But in terms of control and manipulation and stuff like that, there's a lot of that goes on. And I think that if you are in that environment, you don't feel like you have to be there. There's a million places in call, a million. I mean, I'm always advertising and talking to a lot of these companies. You know, I'm opening up to a lot of companies now that I never knew before, that I knew for years that I never talked to. So, including yourself, you know what I'm saying, in this promotion, you know, AAW. So it's kind of like you have to be adult enough, and you have to respect yourself enough to go, okay, this is the line right here. They crossed it, I'm out. I've been in places I didn't do, you know, you have to also remember with EFED comes leagues and PvP leagues and stuff like that. There's a lot. You got PvP leagues that are out there. You got Shendon, who's in the comments. That's one person, like Mark Ben and others. They've been in PvP leagues, player versus player, you know, PvP. And then there's EFED. EFED is controlled by the admin. CJ, for example, that runs TNA, most of the time he doesn't control the matches. He just lets them play out, simulated. You know what I mean? There's some EFEDers who control the matches. They play the matches, and they determine that outcome in the sense of Ray Everett, you know what I'm saying, who is going to have Devin Kiloa be world champion from now until 2K 150. You know what I mean? And things like that.
To me, that is kind of stupid.
I mean, you know, it's business. It's business. I can't hate on it entirely, but it's business. But it becomes bad business. It becomes bad business because you cannot play favorites. You know what I mean? My world heavyweight champion, Shendon, the only reason he's been champion as long as he's been champion is because he's fought in PvP and actually retained the belt on his own. A lot of people have been trying to take it away from him. You know what I mean? So it's different. It's not me going, oh, we're going to keep the belt on you. That's him actually winning matches. It's completely different, you know? And he's setting a record. He set world records, you know? If Carl had Guinness World Records, that motherfucker would have broken so many of them, you know, from left to right. So my thing is just like there's a lot of issues in call that can be avoided and stuff like that. You just have to know, you know, when this place is toxic, look for other places. You know what I mean? You seem like a chill guy. I just subscribed to your channel. I'm going to start checking you out. I think you got a good heart. CJ Mondo's another guy who's not putting up with the bullshit. Just had Nick Kai Ken thrown out of the shit along with other people. DJ Chaotic is another guy that he's.
I just threw Nick Cayenne out myself.
There you go. And I saw that, by the way. So congratulations to you. And Chaotic also fired him from his promotion as well. So
and I gave Chaotic the honors of removing Aaron Rage out of my chat as well.
There you go. So you guys care about call. You're here to do the right thing. You're trying to be positive. So you guys are an option. JTV Wrestling is an option. There are places you can go to if you're trying to get your stuff over and if you're really in it for the art, the craft, the pop culture side of it, the wrestling side of it, we're here. If you're in it because you like drama and you want to make friends with someone like Ricky and Ray and you want favoritism and you want the owner to always make you champion and you want to kiss ass and you want your ass kissed, then those places exist. We don't do that.
You
shit.
can go over to whatever Ray's company's name is and Ricky's company's name is. I'm not gonna mention neither one of their companies.
Right. Yeah. So there's a lot. There's a lot of issues. A lot of issues that have to get addressed, and a lot of those issues, a lot of the time, and this is not shouldn't come as a surprise, but they kill an E-Fed or wrestling promotion and call. We see it often, and it's always unfortunate. I'm Kevin Impact, and it's just my thing. I'm thinking of saying something, but I'm thinking of whether I should say it or not. But,
hey, you got the floor. Floor's yours.
I'm gonna say it because it's true. You know what I mean? Many years ago, back when I met a man by the name of Chris Conscience, who I believe to be the mind of Call, Chris Third Eye Conscience, who's now coming to Titan Nation Alliance, JTV wrestling guy. Me and him used to be friends with someone that I'm not going to mention, but he used to wrestle in a promotion that's well known, that is iconic in Call, and I'm going to say that because it's the truth, and that's there's different variations of them, but one is called Call of Honor, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean? COH, and ran by Travis. I can't remember the rest of his stuff, but we'll just go by Travis Sparks. Travis Sparks. I've done business with Travis in the past, something minor, and Travis wanted me to be involved with him back in the day, and I said, no, I'm not interested. Thank you. You know what I mean? But Travis is someone.
I will say this at a personal level. I agree with what you say, what you said to him.
Yeah, and I hear you, what I'm saying, and I appreciate that. But I said no, not for no bad reason at the time. But Travis is someone who told the CAW world, hey, I'm retiring. COH is going away, this and that. And he lied, to be fair. He lied, and then he went and kept doing shows. And then he's got Trey Jeter on commentary. And, when he told Conscience, this guy's a goofy. And you got Maximilian from XVPW on there. This guy's a goofy, but he's doing your color. These guys are goofies, but they're on your show. The same show you said was going away. So what are we really doing, So I just think there's a lot of things. And I've had places that, like I said, hated on me that I don't even know them. You know what I mean? And so it just goes that way. I've been around a long time in Call. And I mean, I've seen FAM doing this thing back in the FCR days and the 2K days, the early days and stuff like that. We tried to sign Nick Virtual. We tried to work with different people. I remember Cameron Bash. I remember a lot of these people from back in the day. You know what I mean? And all I've ever wanted was a positive thing. I didn't get into Call for drama. You know what I'm saying?
You got into it for positive things.
I thought, and it's been the same thing for the longest time. Sometimes me being positive has contributed to other horrific things that has happened. So I thought, and I tried to keep it cultured, the focus that it needs to be about the wrestling and the pop culture. And you could do controversy and you could do toxic drama, but you have to know how you should do it in a storyline way. You shouldn't do it to where Austin Danger and Kevin Impact, I walk off this podcast and I cuss you out and you cuss me out, and then we start taking shots at each other and it's killing both of our channels. No, we don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? We could do things the positive way. That's what I'm saying. So,
I will say this, though. This is out of Mark's mouth. Ray switches the name of the show more times than he could give a fuck about.
Oh, yeah. To Ray, when it comes to his channel, his show, it's just like changing clothes every day. You shower and you change clothes, Like, can you imagine where TKO's WWE would be if this week they're WWE, next week they're WE, next week they're just E? It would kill it. How do you keep up with that? Okay, what am I going to watch this week? Is it going to be E? Is it going to be A? Is it going to be F? Is it going to be W? What's it going to be? We're going to put a big old W on the championship and we're going to change his colors, man. What's next? Thanos is going to walk in and collect the Infinity Stones on his finger. I got all colors, red, white, blue. It's morphin' time, Like, what the fuck are we really doing? What the fucking wrestling, God damn. It feels like a milkshake at this point. What else are you going to put in the blender? Oh, you got strawberries, You what else? Pineapple? Okay, put some banana in there. Mix it right up. What are we doing? It just doesn't make sense, So
I'll be like this. What the hell are y'all doing?
I just I don't get it. I just don't get it, you know. But you still got questions. You still got
Oh my
questions.
god. Drasco just said rainbow colors on a championship. Oh my god.
I mean, you know, I can understand it in the month of June, maybe in June,
Maybe in June, because
maybe
it is Pride Month.
right, maybe in June. But I mean, when you got a championship and the championships that we grew up loving, and every single one looks the same, they're just different colors. It's time to retire, buddy. It's time to put the pen
It's
down.
time to retire that.
Right.
But with me, I do different colors for each title.
There you go. I mean, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with colors on the title. I'm just saying, you know, change the design. Goddamn, you know.
I mean, like the straps. I have different color straps for each title.
Yeah.
Some of them are like basic black. Then I have like I said, my universal title, which is like a blue color.
Two monitor up here so this toilet can get flushed.
Okay. I believe you. All right, so I'm gonna probably answer some of the questions on the comment section if you guys want.
All right, if anybody has any questions, place them in the comments, and I'll let Mr. Impact know what they are.
Yeah, I'll keep answering the questions. And if you need to step out or something, Austin, I'll be here answering the questions.
All right. Give me one moment. I will be right back.
All right, buddy. So I'm gonna scroll up. Up. It's time to make an impact now. You should probably mute your mic, man, until you come back.
All right, I will be right back.
All right. So it's time to make an impact. So whatever questions y'all have, feel free to answer them. I'm gonna scroll through and see what y'all have, what you want to ask me about, or what you want to talk about. The title of his video is Exposing the Problem in the Car Community. So if you guys have questions about that specifically, I'll answer those, or I'll answer whatever you want me to answer, my favorite color or whatever you want. I'll just try to go. I think Drasco had one question that I'm trying to find somewhere. Okay, he asked, I'm not an admin on this channel, so I can't highlight his question, but Drasco said, how similar do you think both of your promotions are for research purposes? I don't know his wrestling promotion just yet. I got to get to know him. I was looking at his channel. So what I'm going to do instead, since I don't know his promotion, I'm going to improvise, and I'm going to just look through his channel, and I'm going to tell you what I think of his channel based off of what I see. Okay. So I can't answer your question, but I can give you an alternative answer if you see what I did there. So to find him, you have to type in official AAW. Now, when I look at his channel says he has 79 subscribers. I think that's really good. It's not easy to get 79 subscribers and call. It says here that he has 4,554 views on his channel, which is an excellent number. We're getting ready to, we had just surpassed our 100,000 views on the JTV Wrestling channel recently, and are celebrating that also, which is pretty dope. And it was hard to get to that, you know, in the 10 plus years that we've been live on YouTube. It says he has 236 videos on this channel, which is very impressive. That means he's been very, very busy. His description says that he has an Instagram where you can follow him at the Danger Austin. His Snapchat, AHAC is AA, AHAACK, C as in caring, K as in kite, 654 on the Snapchat. Austin Reaper on Discord says makes a variety of contests such as FS 22 and 25, WWE 2K games, Fortnite, and many more other games. I mean, if he's got Fortnite in there, I mean, he could jam with us on Fortnite. I'm probably gonna send him a friend request on PSN if he can get down like that, because we definitely get into the Fortnite. I like Fortnite now. I'm looking through his channel, you know what I mean? As I'm scrolling down through his channel, it seems like he does a lot of shows that are about an hour, 2 hours or less. It seems like, you know, he put his first stuff out 7 years ago on 2K17, and that looks like it was the early days because he was stream recording, and I remember that because I used to do that back in the early days of my channel. So it was rough times. It seems like his first real show was actually on that channel. It seemed like it was 2 months ago, which is weird because he started this channel 7 years ago. So for it to have a AA Friday Night Takedown episode 1 on 2 months ago, it's just, that's kind of weird. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, I could see Nick Kai Ken was on here also 2 months ago on Tuesday Night Mayhem episode 1. Nick Kai Ken has always looked great and still looks great in terms of call. Great talent, great wrestler. Just an unfortunate mindset for a human being, as we've learned. I see Maverick is on here. It looks like, I don't know if they're going at it, but Maverick is on there, updated version, along with Colin Klein, who's been on here, which is dope. And I see someone who I recognize from TNA, who was on the recent TNA show on the thumbnail, which was, actually can't remember her name. She came out in green. Lily Rapture, I believe was her name. I see Lily Rapture on the thumbnail. So Lily Rapture is over here in AAW, which is interesting. I also see on the recent thumbnail from a day ago, Friday Night Takedown episode 8, I see KD on there at ringside. King Dominator's over here. So that's kind of cool. I think he has a pretty cool channel. And it's hard to, it's a lot of grinding that goes on in call. So you got to work very, very hard in call to get to where you're trying to get to. And it looks like he's trying to get it together. Welcome back, buddy. I answered one question. Maybe you can answer this question because I don't have the answer for it. Based off of what you've seen in JTV Wrestling and what you obviously know about your promotion in AAW, Drasko said, how similar do you think both of your promotions are for research purposes? What do you think about that?
So that is actually a good question, Drasko. I will say I didn't start doing EVET until like around 23. So I was doing PvP from 19 until 22.
That's what I was just looking at right now.
And for me personally, I've been trying to be as consistent as possible with my shows. Because like I said, I like to pre-record, then later on in the day, just have it premiere the same day.
Right.
So then I can go on to pre-record the next show, then have it premiere another day.
Okay.
For me, it's more of putting the match card together, more or less, and talking to the people who are champions and whatnot, and seeing if they want to defend or not.
Right.
Because I'm a fair EFED owner. I'll ask you if you want to defend your title or not.
Yeah.
If you say no, I'm not going to force you.
All right. Have you thought about, would you say that your internet is good?
Yes.
Okay. Have you thought about maybe doing the shows live?
I have thought about it. But with the way I have everything set up right now, I kind of can't.
Okay. There's something preventing it. Got you.
Yes, there is one key factor of preventing that. Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't do commentary that much.
Okay.
I'm not big on speaking during the show.
Right. And I can remember myself back in the day when I first had to do commentary. I was nervous. I was very nervous. I'm like, oh, my voice is going to be on YouTube. I don't know what's going to happen. This is, what if I do a bad job? When I first started, it was so hard for me. Like I practiced off of YouTube and I try to call a match. I was like, oh, he tries to go for the yelp. Like it was hard at first. And then I just kind of let it flow. I'm like, well, I know this business. I know this. Oh, he's going for the clothesline. He has the atomic drop. Oh my God, it's Kevin Ep. Like I got into it.
So Drasko did ask a good question. How do you handle problems that come out of nowhere? Like, for example, someone can't make a match on time. How do you handle it? Ooh, that is actually a very good question, Draskell. For me, I have to find a replacement beforehand if someone's not going to make it. Because that's one issue I do have, is someone not showing up for the match on time. And then I have to go in, edit the match, then trying to find someone to replace it, to replace that said person for that match. That's one of the toughest things that you can do as an eFed owner. Trying to find a replacement right then and there. There's a lot of considerations into trying to find a replacement for a match. But if someone does not show up to that match in particular, I gotta text somebody off of, let's say, Discord or somebody or something, or Messenger, just to see if they can replace this said person for a match. And it takes a lot of going through re-editing the match card to place one person instead of another, basically. A lot of things for the time for me is that there's a lot of key factors to how you can handle it. Let's say somebody decides not to show up for a match. Then you say, okay, I need you to do this match instead of your original match. And that would be one of the reasons. Anybody else have any questions? If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments. Please keep the questions coming, and I'll ask them to Kevin Impact.
Speak now, forever hold your peace. Do you have any questions of your own, maybe?
I mean, we already had all my questions answered earlier.
Listen, man, I didn't come here to talk to a jabroni. I know you didn't bring Kevin Impact out here to ask me 2 or 3 questions. You know what I mean? You got to have more questions than that. You know what I mean?
I mean, there's a lot of things that you can consider.
Yeah.
But another question of mine would be, how do you handle let's say, a confrontation from to your stars?
That's a really good question. It depends on the situation. I mean, it takes a lot to grind my gears, I guess. Just because you're on my talent roster and you tell me shut the fuck up or something like that, it doesn't mean you're going to get removed. It doesn't mean that I'm going to destroy your career or nothing like that. You know, I argue with people and we just don't talk to each other. You know, one person in particular, as a matter of fact, is in TNA right now, wrestles in JTV for 15 years by the name of VIP. Him and I, we had a little disagreement recently, and I didn't kick him out of JTV. I just told him I don't want to be a friend anymore, and we kind of just did that. And you know,
y'all just went y'all separate ways,
right? For a little bit, and he called me about a day ago, and we talked, and it went really good. And you know, I try to handle it as best as I can. There's times when you don't have control over things, and things that shouldn't happen, and you'll have something in which you guys will have kind of an issue, and then instead of coming to you and telling you, hey, I'm going to leave JTV or something like that, they'll go on Facebook or go on social media and talk about it or post about it. You know what I mean? Or they'll go out and they'll talk shit about you or something like, and it'll be like really extreme. You know what I mean? Like they'll try to get personal about you, you know, and it'll just be like, okay, so we went from video game and call to real life because now you're threatening me, you're threatening my family and stuff like that. So I handle different things different ways according to how it's handled by that individual. You know what I mean? So that's how it usually goes.
And if you don't mind me asking, how do you book your shows?
I'm mostly the booker, but it's different. There are different factors that come into it because sometimes match results determine how I'm going to book. So if Mark beat, CJ Mondo on the last JTV, that gives me a story to run with, especially if Mark is gloating about it. Oh, I beat CJ Mondo on JT. It gives me the opportunity to go, okay, I'm going to book a rematch at the pay-per-view and maybe I'll do triple threat. I'll add someone else or I'll do something, I'll have a segment with them. I'll have a promo with them. I'll have a backstage scene with them, So that comes into it. Also, what comes into it, maybe Mark comes to me and goes, hey, the next time I wrestle CJ, what if we do a cage match? And I'm like, you know what I mean? And then I'll consider it and I'll be like, yeah, I can see that. CJ's an extreme guy. It makes sense. You know what I mean? Maybe instead of cage match, I'll do you one better. CJ likes weapons. Let's not have a cage match. Let's have a Hell in a Cell and let's call it the Rage in the Cage. Now CJ can throw weapons in the ring. You see what I did there?
So, yeah, I see what you did.
So I have a vision and I have a mind and I'm a booker, but it also depends on what's happening that gives me ideas. You know what I mean?
That is a good thing.
That's what keeps the life of JTV going and listening. If somebody comes to me and says, CJ comes to me and says, hey, I don't like the idea of the Hell in a Cell. I don't feel comfortable. I'll go, okay, and then I'll be like, all right, we'll try to switch it. Okay, so what if you guys have a backstage brawl in the parking lot? Now everybody could use weapons, and CJ goes, "Ooh, I like that. I'll do that." You see, now everybody's happy. See, that's kind of like how I am. I try to work with them until we get the result we want, and that's how I tend to book my show. Yeah, that's how I tend to book my show. I also work alongside someone who's not seeing eye to eye with me right now, storyline wise. Shendon, he and I, work on a lot of stuff together and shape the future of JTV and stuff like that. But if it's not me and him working on it, it's me talking to my team. Another teammate of mine in the office is Chris Conscience. Like I said, he has a mind for professional wrestling, so it's all there. Maverick, who is in your promotion in AAW, is another one of my guys in the office, that works with me. So he's healthy to have in a wrestling company, And then I have all of my talent roster, men and women who will come to me, tell me, hey, I like this, I don't like this, I think this, how about we do this, how about we try that? And then it's up to me to decide, what we're going to do. So, that's the positivity you need in every single Eve's betting car company,
Mark just asked a really good question. He wants your opinion. What is your stance on people using their disabilities to make as an excuse to call people names?
Well, I think that a lot of people who have disabilities and call at times notably abuse their mental and physical well-being for personal gain, in the sense that they'll play the victim when they want to call you a certain name, and then they'll be like, oh, you can't do anything to me because I have a condition. I have a mental problem, I've seen it. There's one person I'm thinking about that's been accused of that I'm not going to name drop that person, but I left their group a couple of months ago, and we talked and stuff like that. And I think that there's a lot of that goes on. I think it's really childish and ignorant and really toxic for people to do that. And I mean, I don't have to say much about it. That's pretty much about it. But I also do want to add that I like to defend a lot of people who have a lot of mental problems and disabilities in call, because a lot of the time they get taken advantage of. Or I'll have people come to me and say, hey, this person shouldn't be on TV because they can't talk, and I don't like that. You know what I mean? I do have people,
I can totally agree with you on that.
there you go. I do have people who have disabilities in JTV, and I don't like when anybody comes to me and tries to get them off or get them fired or get them taken off TV or whatever, or want to judge them or criticize them. I work with anybody, whoever the hell you are. If you have a disability and you want to be a big superstar in wrestling and call, I will work with you so long as you're not a pile of shit. It's just that simple.
I can totally agree with that, honestly.
Right.
As long as you're not a pile of shit, you good.
Nobody's perfect, but you know, it's not fair that somebody with a disability should be bullied or attacked or shamed or called names. You know what I mean? It's not right. It's not a right thing.
All right, let's see. I don't see any more questions in the comments. If y'all have any more questions, please throw them right at us. Like Mr. Impact has said, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Definitely. We're an hour and 30 minutes into the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know, bring them on if you guys have questions.
Come on.
I have a question for you. I was looking at the channel and talking to everybody in the comments when you stepped out, and I noticed that you had the AAW channel 7 years ago. Before we answer that question, I'll just keep telling you and asking you. 7 years ago, you had the channel, but it seemed like only 2 months ago was when you seemingly put out a show on there. Why is that?
Because I took some time away from doing my show because of work and actually try and get into wrestling myself. Cause like I've been watching the show, been watching WWE for however long.
You
as
were
long
trying,
as I can remember.
You were trying to train to get in pro wrestling in
yes.
IRL.
Yes.
Where'd you train at?
I was going through Pure Pro Wrestling.
Pure Pro Wrestling, where's that at?
It's a Michigan promotion.
Oh, okay.
I was getting trained by the owner, Xavier Justice himself. I was going about every day. I was there for like an hour and a half each day. Training, taking bumps. After that,
I guess you found out, like I did, that professional wrestling is not fake, huh?
Exactly.
Everything hurts in that ring in real life.
Oh, most definitely, it does.
Yeah.
And I was trained by different people each day.
I'm from New York, so I train at a place called BWF, Bronx Wrestling Federation. And my trainer's name was Bronco. He had different championships he won in Dominican Republic, and he wasn't easy on me. He was not easy on me.
I'll say this: Xavier Justice was not easy on you.
So yeah, pro wrestling is not fake. It's predetermined, but it's not fake. Everything hurts. It took me 2 weeks to recover from basic bruising. Okay, basic training.
You gotta take bumps. That's all you got. And that's the way I can tell you. Either take the bumps or get ran over. By the person you take the bumps from. All I'm gonna say. So this is from Draskell. Have you ever swapped out the mid-card matches to the main event because you thought it would have just as much impact as the main event or storyline? Ooh. What's your comment on this? Oh, never mind. Well, guess that's the end, I guess. he'll be right back. No, he'll be right back. Mr. Impact will be right back, but I will be right back. I gotta go eat dinner here in a minute. If y'all have any questions for me, go ahead and ask. Oh, and he's back. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, what happened?
I guess I got knocked out. I don't know. It was a weird thing, but I'm back.
I will show what Draskell had said.
All right.
Have you ever swapped out the mid-card matches to the main event because you thought it would have just as much impact as the main event / storyline?
All right.
Personally, I have not. But I do have a storyline right now, which is between Michael Austin Danger and Chaotic Danger, where they're just butting heads right now. I'm not going to lie. I like the storyline. Then I have my pay-per-view coming up right now. I have them in the co-main event of the match card. And it's in a TLC match. All right, anybody else have any questions for us? Let me know in the comments. I'll share it. Dark Gaming Entertainment. Who dat?
Hey, I mean, going back to the title, if you have any questions about any more issues that you want me to talk about in the call community, I can do that too for you, if you like, while we wait for more questions to arise. And we got Dark Game Entertainment in the comments. Shout out to her. She's a streamer. She's a JTB wrestler, JTB Women's Champion. And she does Twitch, if you want to follow her on Twitch. So Dark Entertainment, if you want to put your Twitch in the comments, now's your chance to shine. You know? Yeah, she's here supporting. It's good to see that. It's very good to see that, actually. I'm surprised, but
I mean, I like the support from everybody, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, you're seeing crazy support today that you're not used to, so I can get it if you're a little starstruck.
Yes, I am.
So that's all good, but I mean, you maintain. You're still the host. This is your show. Yep. So
but what? So for me, the problems within call would be like toxic people mainly.
Yeah, and we talked about it. You know what I mean? If there's anything specific that you think people might want to know or ask, I mean, I'm all here. If you guys have, go ahead.
For me specifically, it's the way that some people book.
Okay.
They try to book you in the same match over and over and over again.
Man, it's common in wrestling these days. Overbooking, it kills the product.
It will, and especially, let's say, putting out like 3 to 8 shows a day.
Right.
To me, that's too much.
I'm going to say something. I have something for you that I want to say. and I hope CJ doesn't take this the wrong way, because I don't mean it in the wrong way, but I've talked to people who feel how I feel about it. There's times when CJ Mundo put out wrestling shows, and it's like a lot of us don't even know that it's coming out. You know, like when I did the podcast with him, I mean, his podcast is sitting at about 145, 147 views with Kevin Impact. And then the same day after, he had a wrestling show I didn't even know that Nitro is Dead was coming on. You know what I mean? Until I found out, and then I just watched it. It was a good show, but it was unexpected, you know? And I just think that stuff like that is not the right way to do business. And weird times too, like him and Ricky and a couple of people, they have this thing where they'll do wrestling shows at like 8 in the morning on a weekday. 8 in the morning on a weekday, people have to work and go to school. You know, not everybody's going to be able to watch the shit, you know? And I just think that you have to consider that sometimes, because a lot of people like to watch it live. Like I like to watch the shows live. I don't want to watch the replay, you know? So,
I get that.
Yeah, so I think that that's one of the things in call that should be organized. When I am affiliate, like when me and Ray used to work together, me and Ray used to communicate, and it used to be like, okay, so JTV's going on. You know, I look at the calendar on this month, so there's not much left for this month, right? But the 27th is on Saturday. If JTV is on Saturday, Ray doesn't do his show. If Ray has a show coming out on Saturday on the 27th, I don't do my show. I push it back, so that we respect each other and we don't intervene, and we're not competing with each other. You know, you could do stuff like that and still go on at like 7, 8 at night. You know what I mean? But when you go on at 8 in the morning, or you don't advertise your show, I mean, you're not going to get the results. You're missing out on results. And a show that could turn into 80 views, 100 views, really turns into 10 or 15, 20 views because you didn't advertise it the right way. You know what I mean? So I just think that can be frustrating in the call community, and it's something that people could probably work on. You know, I'll say that.
But I do plan on probably tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow I plan on recording my pay-per-view.
Okay, and when are we expecting to have it? Like, when do you think it'll be live? And when you
be live on my Twitch.
Okay, it'll be live on your Twitch. When will that be?
Probably around 12:30, 1 o'clock.
But on what day?
Tomorrow.
So you're going to work on it tomorrow and publish it tomorrow on Twitch?
I'm actually going to stream it on Twitch tomorrow. Then we'll go through and edit it and post it probably Thursday.
Okay, got you. Okay, so in about a day?
Yes.
Well, I mean, tomorrow's going to be Thursday. Today's Wednesday. So it would be Friday then, I guess.
Yes, Friday.
Okay, so Friday you get the show. He's going to work on it tomorrow. Okay, he should be good to go. Now, when you put it out there, because I don't know how Twitch works too much, are you able to premiere on Twitch, or do you just post a video and it's just published?
It's posted and published on Twitch already.
Yeah.
But I download the video from Twitch and then type in the description, the match card and everything for YouTube.
So when it comes out on Twitch, you could just watch it and you could skip ahead.
You can watch it strictly from Twitch if you wanted to.
But it's live. You can't skip or nothing.
No.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't know that. I didn't know
It's
they did premieres
live. But after the recording's like basically done and over with, you can go back and watch the replay.
Watch it again.
Yeah.
See, that's interesting, because one of the reasons I didn't want to go to Twitch is because when I tried to get on Twitch many years ago, it's like you do a video and then it disappears right after. It doesn't stay up.
Well, there is something that you have to. Well, you're on your computer, right?
I am.
So go into the Twitch website, because there is a setting that you have to turn on.
Yeah.
So that it stores your videos.
Okay, I heard about that. I heard something about that a while back.
It's called VOD.
Okay.
You have to make sure it is on in order for it to store your videos.
And the videos remain there.
Yes.
Forever or what? For
about
a week?
A week.
About a week. Okay. And then the way that you keep a record of your show is you put it on YouTube, obviously.
Yes.
Okay.
I download it. I set it to a specific date to premiere.
Yeah.
On YouTube, and specific time and whatever else.
Yeah. And Twitch is a good place. It's a good platform to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, for me, it's just like what takes the fun out of it is that when I make a video, I want it to stay there permanently. I don't want it to delete after a week or two, you know. Besides that, it's fine. But that for me takes the fun out of it. In your case, it doesn't affect what you do. But for me, it would, you know, especially
For
if
you,
I stream.
yes, I can understand where you're coming from.
Right.
Then again, you can download the video and then post it on YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, in most obvious cases, you could do that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But in
That's
terms of the
what I personally do.
In terms of the platform itself, for me, it's a brand killer. For me, that kills the brand. For me, I go, okay, that inspires me to just delete the app. I'm not gonna go on there no more. That's just me. You know what I mean? That's the reason I'm on YouTube. If there was other stuff out there, I'd be on something else. You know, we've looked into Rumble. I don't know if you heard about Rumble, but
I have not.
Yeah, you should look into it. It's an app. It's kind of like YouTube, but it's just more private, and it's hard because you got to think of it like this. YouTube is worldwide. France, you know what I mean? Germany, China, everywhere. It's all over the place with YouTube. With Rumble, it's select few. Same with Daily Motion and all that other stuff. It's like select few. So let me put it to you like this. YouTube is the bathroom in your house. It's there. You have to use it. You have to go to it if you're going to go to the bathroom.
Right.
Everything else is a public bathroom. You have the option of whether you want to use it or not. You see what I did there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just kind of like how it goes. And that's the reason we're still on YouTube. Now, to be fair, I like YouTube. I fell in love with YouTube the moment that JTV arrived. You know what I mean? In late 2014, I fell in love with YouTube because YouTube I just thought was so cool. So I love YouTube so much that I stopped watching movies on cable and television and apps and stuff like that. I can tell you that I have Netflix and all that, and I don't watch it. I use that for my friends and family. You know what I mean? I don't use any of it. You know what I mean? And I'm on YouTube most of the time watching stuff. So I love YouTube. It's just that I don't like certain things that I don't like the way YouTube does business sometimes. And I'm not going to talk about it because this show is on YouTube and I don't want to ruin your platform. That's just my opinion. I know I could, but I'm not going to do it. I appreciate it, but I'm not going to do it out of respect for you and your channel. I'll probably do it on mine, but I'm not going to do it here. But that you can guess there are certain things that they do that I don't agree with that I think kills the fun. You know what I mean? So that's that. Do love YouTube. I just don't agree with certain things that they do and the way they do it. But Rumble's definitely out there. I would recommend Rumble among others. I don't know about Daily Motion. I don't know how well it would work, but you should check out the Rumble app, see how you feel about it in terms of storage, because storage is a big thing. You know what I mean? In terms of YouTube, yeah, there's storage, but it's a risk to take on YouTube because YouTube has been threatening what we do for the longest time. You know what I mean? They try to make a provision about 2-3 years ago in which they wanted to try to limit some of the violence. I got an email like 2 years ago, you know, about certain violence on our show. You know, it's like they wanted us to stop using chairs or showing blood or some shit. And I said, you know, that just ain't going to happen. You know, it's a wrestling show.
What do you expect? It's a wrestling show.
Right. So the reason why they really couldn't do nothing about it is because wrestling is all over YouTube. You know, bloody wrestling and all this other stuff. Like it's all there. It's all there. Wrestling, the physicality of it, the bumps, the one human hitting another human being, that image, that visual is on YouTube. And that's the reason why we kind of get a pass. But if you remember, they started doing the thing where they're like, oh, you know, you have to tell us whether this video is made for children or not. Like, no, I shouldn't have to do that. You know, you should be responsible enough to have it different to where you have a YouTube for kids like you did, and then you have us do our own thing. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, they tried to divide the shit and whatnot, you know, and with the YouTube kids stuff, it got kind of weird because you had a couple of people on there being weird and doing the there was this trend going on. I forget what the monster's name was. I don't know if it was Emu or something like that. But there was this trend on the kids' YouTube, and they was letting it run. You know, eventually they put a stop to it, but it was running wild for the longest time. You know, and if you got nudity and softcore porn on YouTube, you shouldn't be coming after us. Okay, you should leave us alone when we do wrestling shows. Okay, that's just straight up. You know, and there's a lot of other weird, filthy shit on this platform, and it gets a pass. But God forbid you have YouTube pedophile catchers, you know, that are trying to do the right thing, and then they get canceled or they get their show deleted. But EDP could come back, no problem, with a different account. Come on now. We got to do better than that. But if you want me to answer another question, I'm here. Drasko has another question or somebody.
I believe Drasko does. I'm going to show his question. There we go.
Oh, I agree with what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you want, I'm going to read it for you so I could talk about this and maybe me and you could talk about it. He says, Drasko says, why do we have all these shows and call community and yet nobody watches them live on Twitch and give their personal reviews? I think that'd be dope. I might do that. Might put you further on the map. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, it was kind of like what I was alluding to earlier in the show that especially if you're on that roster, like, geez, I can understand if you're not on that roster and maybe you don't like, maybe you don't comment, maybe you don't support, but geez, if you're on that roster, and
I have people I don't even know on Xbox even come and hop in my streams and say, and at least talk once or twice.
There you go. But if they're on your roster and they're not showing love to your promotion, I mean, I don't get that.
It's kind of hard.
Yeah, I don't get.
It's kind of heartbreaking.
I don't get that at all. It's kind of weird. But I agree with what he said, and I think that's a very good thing that he brought up. That's actually something I do want to talk about. Now I'm hyped. Mm-hmm. It's a very interesting thing. I think that there's an answer, but it's an answer. It's a different answer. You know, I think a lot of people deal with a lot of things. You know, sometimes it becomes hard to really make the effort with that. But I mean, you do have a lot of lazy people too that they just don't want to make the effort to comment. Like to get them to comment and engage and stuff like that is so difficult.
It's hard.
It's hard. Sense. It is very hard. You know, and that's the reason with JTV, I try to pull off all the stops to give people what they want to draw their attention. That's the reason with the last big show, we went into the AI direction. Because it's like, okay, you know, we need to keep pressing buttons until we get the result we want. You know what I mean? Right. And that shit catches attention, you know? And then the storylines, the characters, the entrance music, all that kind of stuff. And, you know, the way you use characters also, you know, so if JTV Wrestling is having any success at all, it's because of the fact that we keep morphing and shifting into being able to connect with what people are looking for today. You know what I mean? A lot of people,
totally agree with that.
A lot of people like vibrant. A lot of people like trendy. A lot of people like suspense. You know, when you can suspend the imagination and grip someone and make them believe in your product, you're doing your job. And sometimes you have to know how to put controversy and collect it like lightning in a bottle.
Drasko made a good point though about one. Like what streamers do with WWE, they stream it on Twitch and react as it goes on. And he said, imagine Chris Danger, the YouTuber, reacting to either JTV or AAW.
I mean, it's not like it can't happen.
It's not like it won't.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like it can't happen or won't. It's just that we're still underground.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But the more eyes you have on you, like we just hit over 100,000 views on our channel. We're about to hit 700 subscribers. I think if when we get to 1,000 subscribers, I think maybe people will start looking at us seriously. And you being involved with us and CJ and everybody else, CJ has a shit ton. CJ has more subscribers than we do, so people actually pay attention to him. And you being involved with us, you get more subscribers like you've done today, and the attention comes to you. And then we keep growing together. We keep sharing the gospel. And then eventually, Chris Dangerous, somebody's going to tell him, hey, have you heard about AAW and JTV and all this other stuff? And he's going to go, oh, what's that? And then he'll pick it up and he'll talk about it. He'll dissect it. You know what I mean? So I believe it's going to happen. I do believe it's going to happen. I know people in the wrestling business. One of the guys, Corey, I'm not going to say his last name, even though it's public. He wrestled in JTV under Corey Flash. He's very well known among your Dave Meltzers and whatnot. He's a wrestling journalist. And, he's out there. And it's a matter of time with the connections and people that we have. It's just a matter of time before we go viral. I'm not crazy about it. I'm not too crazy about going viral. I think the money would be great because it would fix a lot of things in my life and I can help a lot of people I want to help. But I don't care about going viral. But if I go viral, I mean, I'm going to be myself, But the reason
I understand that.
The reason I would like it is because then I can use that to help you and CJ and Chaotic, and I can help my people in JTV, and I can bring to light what should be brought to light. Instead of a fat ass on social media, we could talk about your experiences, what you've been through in your life. And then people could go, wait a minute, that Austin dude, he's like me, and then boom, we're connecting people. That's what I want to do. That's my evil, long-term, manipulative fucking plan in this shit. You know what I mean? That's my evilness of what I plan to do, to bring people together. That's the evil thing I'm trying to do. So I think that it's a matter of time, man, with the way we're going. I think we speak about a lot of things, but so it's just a matter of time, But yeah, I mean, if Chris Danger did shit like that, it'd be great. But I mean,
it would be amazing.
To be also fair, people like that, they're not looking to do shit like that. They're not looking to make people like us viral. They're looking to make money and to just talk about things they specifically want to talk about. And that's like kind of where we're at. If you look at me, I came to your show. I could have told you, oh, listen, kid, you ain't got enough subscribers. You can't afford to have me on your show. And you could have told me, well, go fuck you. Well, go fuck yourself then, Kevin Impact. Fuck you, But
I very much could have.
Yeah, I would have deserved it if you would have did that. But I don't think that way. I think, oh, I don't give a fuck if you got 5 subscribers. If you want me on your podcast and you want to talk to me, I'll be there. I'll make the time because it'll be something meaningful for people and for you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I can elevate your channel, So why would I not do that? What is the fear? Why would I be scared and intimidated at the idea of, hey, I can go on the Outlaw Truth and elevate that channel and he could be successful? Why would I be scared of that? I'm not. I'm happy to help. You know what I mean? I'm happy to help the right people. I'm happy to help. I don't want to help the wrong people anymore. So Chris Danger, if you ever get a hold of this or whoever streams that should, I Show Speed, show some love to us. You know what I mean? We do this for the passion.
People in the call community in general.
Hell yeah. Well, not everybody. Some people don't deserve love, but
some people don't. But I will agree with that. Some people don't, but some do.
All right. We're getting ready to
hit the 2-hour mark.
Yeah, we're gonna hit that 2-hour mark momentarily.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how long we're gonna be on the air. I don't know how long this show is. So you drop those questions before this man closes the show out.
Mm-hmm. Come on, y'all. Because y'all got 2 minutes.
Draft he says, I'm looking at the bigger picture, merch, board games, trading cards, saying to the next. You don't know Jay the Next, but it's some guy from JTV we know. He's a champion as well.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, I think that'd be great. If I was responsible for the contributions of a board game being made or merchandise and stuff like that, it'd be dope.
That'd be amazing.
It'd be cool. It'd be real cool. Like all of us, what we're doing right now on this podcast leads to a comic book being made.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of dope.
Most definitely.
you know, or a video game, you know. We go viral, fuck around, and we buy the WWE 2K franchise, and now we make the game every year. And it's like, no, we're not going to do the generic stuff. Now, with us, you can actually create the backstage area. You could customize the backstage area how you want. You have universe mode. Universe mode is now an online mode where you can meet your friends in the lobby, and you can free roam, and you can make matches. And it's kind of like My Island, but with less limitations.
Exactly.
You know? So
it'd be dope to be able to interact with your friends online in universe mode.
Absolutely.
You playing as your own car in the universe mode online.
Yeah. And with more freedom and just a free lobby, kind of like My Island, but you know, where you can meet with your friends and you guys could free roam and explore like GTA. You know, you could drive cars and go to the gym together. Could you imagine? You know?
Mm-hmm.
But before we wind up closing the show out, man, I want to tell you that I saw something about Fortnite in your bio. You play Fortnite, man?
Yeah, every once in a while with my sister.
Okay, because we play Fortnite in the JTV chat, and if after the show, yes, sir. If after I don't play the Fortnite, I like the community games on Fortnite. But after the show, if you want to exchange information on Facebook, you know, we can add each other on PlayStation, man, and you could just kick it with us in the chat sometime. You know, meet everybody.
Why not?
Yes, sir.
I had the PlayStation up on my phone, so
absolutely. So there you go. Well, we could talk about it after the show. I can message you and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah,
you know?
most definitely.
But, I mean, I don't know what you're going to do right now. I don't know if you're going to close the show out or if you want to ask more questions.
We getting ready to close it out here in like a minute.
All right. Well, since we're getting ready to close out, I just want to say thank you for having me. It's been my pleasure. I look to come back for more. Thank you to everybody that tuned in and subscribe. Make sure you smash that like button. I can see on my end that this video has 11 thumbs up. I don't know if it's more.
Oh, wow.
So please smash the like button, subscribe once again, and subscribe to AAW, official AAW on YouTube. You know, and also I would like to offer.
I will put the channel name in the comments.
And while he's doing that, I would like to also offer him the opportunity for a future episode on my podcast, The City of Impact, on the channel to come on down. And maybe that'll get you more subscribers, you know what I mean, on this channel and the other one.
Oh, most definitely.
So that's that, man. I appreciate me being on the show, man. Much love to you and AAW. By the way, is your ring name Austin Danger?
Yes.
Okay, Austin Danger. All right.
Oh, shit.
Someone popped up.
Oh, yes, they sure and definitely did. As we getting ready to end the stream.
You showed up late, Kingdom. You're gonna have to catch us on the next one, bud. But maybe we could do them a solid. Maybe we could let them ask one question. How about
All right, Kingdom, go ahead and drop your question real quick.
Kingdom, if you got one question, man, you just popped up before we close, feel free. You missed the damn show. You're gonna have to catch the replay. Mm-hmm. But at least smash that like button and subscribe. He said, nice cameo, bud. Jeez.
I even got some of the shorts on my official AAW channel while I was talking crap about a couple months ago about ONW and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
This was when we all had that falling out.
Who is it that runs ONW again?
Devin Brolsky.
Oh, I know that guy a little bit.
He's actually down in CJ's VWA.
CJ's BWA?
VWA. Violence Wrestling Academy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's CJ's
like an alternative event.
Yeah, just let's say developmental.
Oh, okay. I see.
I have one myself. I haven't decided to put it up yet. So I had it back in 23. I haven't decided to bring it back yet. So.
All right. Well, I guess we could close out on here then if there's no questions, and then you could catch us on the next one, Kingdom. Make sure you watch the replay. All right. I will be back on this channel very soon. We'll keep y'all posted.
All right, y'all. This is it for. I want to thank Mr. Impact for coming to the stream today.
Yes, sir. My
And
pleasure.
for everybody from JTV supporting the channel as well. Until then, guys, we are out. That's it for the show.